Every day you make choices, most of them invisible, most of them unnoticed. And those tiny choices, when stacked, determine the course of your life. If you think massive change comes from motivation or luck, you are dead wrong. True transformation comes from one thing: small, relentless action repeated without fail. Today you will learn the exact steps to evolve a little more each day, and if you follow them, nothing can stop your growth. Chapter 1. No excuses, only action. Your mind lies to you. Every day. Every single time. It tells you, wait until tomorrow. Wait until you feel motivated. Wait until you have more time. And you listen. And every day nothing changes. That's the trap. Waiting for motivation is the number one reason people fail. Waiting for the perfect moment is a trap. Waiting for inspiration is a trap. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is permanent. You have a choice. Start now. Start today. Do it now or stay stuck forever. Procrastination is not a small flaw. It is a silent killer. It eats at your potential. It steals days, months, years. You think you are waiting for the right moment, but here's the truth. The right moment never comes. The only moment that exists is now. You have a choice. Stop waiting. Start doing. That's the key. Let me tell you a story. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, didn't start his book with a bestseller or an overnight plan. He started with a habit. He wrote a few hundred words every day. Not when he felt motivated. Not when he felt ready. Every day he wrote. Every day he improved. Every day he built momentum. And over years, those small, seemingly insignificant actions created a monumental impact. That's the power of starting now. That's the power of daily repetition. You don't need their permission. You don't need approval. You just need to start. Now let's break it down. Stop thinking about the big leap. Stop trying to overhaul your life in one day. That's not how growth works. Real change is microscopic. It's a 1% improvement every day. It's brushing your teeth, reading 10 pages, writing one paragraph, making one call, taking one action you've been avoiding. Small. Repeated. Daily. That's the key. Do it today, not tomorrow. Start small, start now. Here's a rule. If it takes less than 5 minutes, do it immediately. Don't wait. Don't overthink. Don't plan endlessly. Pick up the phone. Send the message. Start the task. Clean the space. Write the paragraph. That's how momentum begins. Small steps executed today lead to massive results tomorrow. You have a choice. Do it now or let procrastination win. That's the key. Procrastination is often fear disguised as delay. You tell yourself, I need to be perfect. I need to be ready. I need more knowledge. That's fear. That's your mind trying to protect you from discomfort. Guess what? Comfort never leads to success. Action, repetition, persistence. Those are the pathways to growth. You don't need perfection. You don't need certainty. You need action. You have a choice. Start doing. That's the key. Here's a practical method to break procrastination. It's called the 2-minute rule. If a task takes 2 minutes or less, do it immediately. Make your bed. Reply to that email. Water the plants. The point is not the task itself. The point is to build a system where action becomes automatic. Every time you fight the inertia, you strengthen your discipline muscle. You have a choice. You don't need their permission. Start now. That's the key. But let's go deeper. Motivation is like fire. It flares up and fades. Discipline is like a train. It moves forward every day, unstoppable regardless of your mood. Relying on motivation is dangerous. Relying on discipline is unshakable. You don't wait for a good feeling to act. You don't wait for the right energy. You show up. You do the work. Every day. Without excuse. That's how winners are made. You have a choice. Repeat, repeat, repeat. That's the key. Let's talk about the mental shift. You must stop saying, I don't feel like it. That phrase is the enemy. Replace it with, I do it anyway. Say it. Mean it. Live it. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. You have a choice. You don't need their permission. Do it today, not tomorrow. Start small, start now. That's the key. Another real-world example. A friend of mine wanted to get in shape. She told herself she'd start on Monday. For 6 weeks, Monday never came. Then I told her, just do 10 push-ups today. 10 push-ups. That's it. She did it. Tomorrow she did 15. The next day 20. And the habit snowballed. Motivation never came. But action did. And action is all that matters. You have a choice. Start doing. That's the key. Here's a practical exercise for you right now. Write down one task you've been avoiding. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. Set a timer for 10 minutes and complete it. One focused session. No excuses. No distractions. Just action. That's the beginning of momentum. That's the beginning of unstoppable growth. You have a choice. Do it now. That's the key. Procrastination is not only about delay, it's about regret. Every time you postpone, you compound disappointment. Every time you choose inaction, you give up power. Every day you stand at the fork, action or delay. Choose action. Do it today, not tomorrow. Start small, start now. That's the key. Remember this, the world doesn't reward ideas. The world doesn't reward potential. The world rewards execution. Daily, repeated, disciplined execution. You have a choice. You don't need their permission. You don't need motivation. You just need to act. That's the key. Let's reinforce it one more time. Start before you feel ready. Start before you have permission. Start before the stars align. Start small. Start simple. Start today. Every repetition builds momentum. Every repetition strengthens your discipline. Every repetition compounds into massive results. Do it today, not tomorrow. Start small, start now. That's the key. You have begun this journey. You are listening. That's action. But listening is not enough. You must apply. You must implement. You must do. You have a choice. Choose action. That's the key. You mastered your hesitation. You confronted your fear. You acted despite the urge to wait. Now it's time to talk about the real cost of inaction. The price you pay every day you delay. Chapter 2. The silent cost of laziness. Every day you delay, you pay a hidden interest. It's not visible. It's not obvious. But it's real. Every hour you procrastinate compounds into months, even years, of lost growth. Every day counts. Every moment lost is lost forever. That's the truth. That's the price of laziness. And most people never see it coming. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow. I'll try next week. I'll figure it out later. And tomorrow never comes. And next week slips away. And later becomes never. That's the silent cost. You have a choice. You can keep paying it. Or you can stop. That's the key. Let me give you a real-world example. There was an entrepreneur, let's call him Alex. Alex had ideas, talent, and drive, but he waited. He waited for the perfect plan. He waited for more capital. He waited for a green light that never arrived. Months went by. Years went by. His competitors moved. Opportunities vanished. Every day counts. Every moment lost is lost forever. That's the hidden interest you pay when you delay. Then Alex changed his approach. Instead of waiting for the perfect conditions, he committed to small, daily actions. 15 minutes of focused work on his business. One email to a potential client. One new connection every day. Slowly, imperceptibly, he built momentum. Months later, he had a thriving business. It wasn't luck. It wasn't motivation. It was daily effort. Consistent, deliberate, relentless action. That's the antidote to laziness. You have a choice. You can start small today. You can act now. That's the key. Laziness is deceptive. It doesn't scream. It whispers. It seduces with comfort. It tells you it's okay to wait. It's okay to rest. It's okay to relax a little longer. And each whisper steals your potential. Each excuse compounds. Each delay costs more than you think. You have a choice. Fight it. Act anyway. Every day counts. Every moment lost is lost forever. Here's a simple principle. The cost of inaction is real. It's measurable. It's the difference between where you are and where you could have been. It's the difference between living a life of regrets and living a life of momentum. Think of it as invisible debt. Every time you procrastinate, you accrue interest. Every time you take action, you pay it down. You have a choice. Start paying today. That's the key. Let's make it concrete. Look at your life right now. Every task you've been avoiding is not just a task. It's a debt. Every email, every call, every project, every decision you delay adds to the balance. The longer you wait, the more you owe. And the worst part? That debt grows silently, invisibly, until one day you realize years have gone by and you are behind. You have a choice. Pay down the debt now. Take action today. That's the key. Here's another truth. Laziness isn't just about time lost. It's about potential squandered. It's about ideas that never see the light of day. It's about skills that never develop. It's about opportunities that vanish forever. Every day counts. Every moment lost is lost forever. You have a choice. Stop delaying. Start acting. That's the key. You can fight laziness by building micro-commitments. These are tiny actions repeated daily. 15 minutes of learning, 10 minutes of exercise, one small productive task each day. It doesn't feel like much. But over time, these small actions compound. Momentum grows. Laziness loses power. Discipline wins. You have a choice. Start small. Start consistent. That's the key. Let's reinforce the mindset. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. Stop waiting for inspiration. Stop waiting for someone else's permission. Action is available to you now. You have a choice. Do it today. Every day counts. Every moment lost is lost forever. Repeat it. Say it aloud. Feel it. Live it. That's the key. Now, think about the hidden cost in your career, your relationships, your health. Every time you delay, you pay interest. Every day counts. Every moment lost is lost forever. Do not underestimate this silent tax. It is relentless. It does not forgive. It does not care about excuses. You have a choice. Pay the cost with action or continue losing. That's the key. Here's a practical strategy. Schedule one high-priority action each morning. One thing you've been avoiding. No distractions. No excuses. Complete it before anything else. It may be uncomfortable. That's good. That's growth. That's momentum. Every day counts. Every moment lost is lost forever. You have a choice. Start today. That's the key. Remember, action compounds just like procrastination compounds. One day of laziness is lost. One day of action is gained. Over weeks, months, and years, the difference is monumental. You have a choice. Choose action. Choose growth. Choose discipline. That's the key. And finally, let's tie it back. You now understand the silent cost of laziness. You know the hidden interest you pay every time you delay. You know the power of small, daily actions to reverse that cost. You have a choice. You can start today. You can act now. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need motivation. You have a choice. Take it. Every day counts. Every moment lost is lost forever. That's the key. You saw how laziness steals silently. You confronted it. You acted against it. Now let's talk about the next step in your transformation. Building micro-habits that create unstoppable growth. Chapter 3. Build micro-habits, not massive goals. Goals are fragile. They sound exciting. They look impressive on paper. They motivate you for a day. They inspire you for a week. But they fade. They fail. Goals alone will not carry you. Goals are fragile. Systems, on the other hand, are unstoppable. Systems are the engine. Systems are the machine that turns daily action into results. Systems win. Goals guide. Habits execute. Repeat that. Say it. Live it. That's the key. Here's the hard truth. Most people chase goals and ignore the system. They write down, I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to start a business. I want to write a book. And then they wait for magic. They wait for motivation. They wait for inspiration. They wait for luck. And then they quit when results don't appear immediately. That's the trap. You have a choice. Build systems. Build habits. Start small. Start consistent. That's the key. Let's break this down. A system is a set of daily practices. Tiny, repeated actions that lead to exponential growth. Not big leaps. Not flashy moves. Small, deliberate steps repeated every day. Want to get fit? Build a system. 10 push-ups every morning. 15-minute walk after dinner. Drink more water. That's it. Simple. Tiny. Consistent. Results will come. You have a choice. Commit to the system. Habits execute. That's the key. Top performers understand this instinctively. Take their morning routines, for example. Billionaires, elite athletes, writers, they all follow small daily actions that compound. Meditation for 10 minutes. Reading 15 minutes. Journaling every morning. Stretching. Planning. It doesn't feel monumental at first. It doesn't create immediate fireworks. But after months, years, decades, the results are unstoppable. That's the power of micro habits. You don't need massive goals. You need daily discipline. You have a choice. Systems win. Goals guide. Habits execute. That's the key. Let's consider a real example. Serena Williams didn't become a tennis champion overnight. She didn't focus on winning a Grand Slam first. She focused on perfecting her serve, improving footwork, practicing daily. Tiny improvements repeated every day. That's a system. That's unstoppable. That's growth. Goals guide. Systems execute. Habits compound. You have a choice. Start your system today. That's the key. Micro habits are powerful because they bypass resistance. Resistance comes in the form of overwhelm, fear, and procrastination. You think, I need to train for an hour. I need to write 10 pages. I need to overhaul my life. That's how laziness wins. That's how goals fail. Micro habits crush resistance. 10 push-ups. 1 paragraph. A 5-minute walk. Tiny but consistent. Momentum builds. That's the key. You have a choice. Start micro. Start now. Systems win. Goals guide. Habits execute. Repeat it. Here's a practical method. Pick one area of your life. Fitness, learning, productivity, relationships. Identify the smallest action you can do every day that moves you forward. One small action. Commit to it. Execute it daily. Add another habit after the first one is mastered. Layer it. Build your system. That's how ordinary people become extraordinary. You have a choice. Micro habits win. That's the key. Let's talk about repetition. This is non-negotiable. Micro habits only work if repeated. One day of action is not enough. 1 week is not enough. Consistency is everything. The power of the system is in its repetition. That's the key. Systems don't rely on emotion. Systems don't wait for inspiration. Systems execute. Habits repeat. You have a choice. Repeat, repeat, repeat. That's the key. Now let's address a common objection. But I want big results fast. That's human nature. We all crave massive breakthroughs. But here's the truth. Big results are the byproduct of small, consistent action over time. Micro habits snowball into massive results. Goals are the destination. Habits are the vehicle. You have a choice. Focus on the system. Forget instant gratification. Systems win. Goals guide. Habits execute. That's the key. Here's a simple system you can implement right now. Morning, wake up 10 minutes earlier. Drink a glass of water. Write 1 line in a journal. Read 1 page. Evening, reflect on 1 small achievement. Plan 1 small step for tomorrow. That's it. Tiny actions. Repeated. Daily. Momentum grows. Results appear. Laziness loses. Resistance fades. You have a choice. Start your system today. That's the key. Micro habits also protect you from failure. Massive goals are intimidating. They scare people away. Micro habits are manageable. They are achievable. They build confidence. They build momentum. You see progress. You feel progress. You repeat progress. Confidence grows. Results compound. Systems win. Habits execute. You have a choice. Start micro. That's the key. Reinforce this in your mind. Systems win. Goals guide. Habits execute. Say it aloud. Write it down. Repeat it. This is not theory. This is practice. This is discipline. This is growth. Your life is the sum of your habits. You have a choice. Choose micro habits. Build your system. Execute daily. That's the key. Let's take it deeper. Habits are not just routines, they are identity. Every time you perform a micro habit, you reinforce who you are. You become the kind of person who acts, the kind of person who follows through, the kind of person who wins. Tiny actions every day define your character. You have a choice. Reinforce your identity with your system. Habits execute. That's the key. Finally, let's tie it back. You now understand that chasing massive goals without a system is fragile. You know that micro habits are the building blocks of unstoppable growth. You have a choice. Build your system today. Execute your habits. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Systems win. Goals guide. Habits execute. That's the key. You mastered the concept of systems over goals. You learned how micro habits snowball into massive results. Now it's time to confront the invisible growth that precedes visible success. Chapter 4: The Invisible Ladder of Success. Progress is invisible. Most people quit before they see it. Most people expect results immediately. They want recognition now. They want success today. But that's not how growth works. Growth is quiet. Growth is slow. Growth is invisible. And that is exactly why most people fail. Invisible work builds visible success. Trust the process. Trust the climb. Repeat it. Believe it. Live it. That's the key. Here's the truth. The world measures results. Not effort. Not struggle. Not repetition. The world measures results. But results are the product of countless invisible steps. Countless unseen hours. Countless small victories repeated every day. If you quit before the work is done, the world will never see your potential. You have a choice. Keep climbing. Keep working. Keep growing. That's the key. Let me give you an example. There was an author. Every day he wrote 500 words. No fanfare. No applause. No one noticed. He wrote through rejection. He wrote through doubt. He wrote through distractions. Day after day, year after year. And then one day his work exploded. His book became a bestseller. The world saw the success. But that success was built on invisible work. Invisible work builds visible success. Trust the process. Trust the climb. That's the key. Most people stop too soon. They do the work for a week, a month, maybe even a year, and then give up because they don't see progress. That's the trap. Growth is not instant. Growth is incremental. Growth is cumulative. You have a choice. Keep showing up. Keep working. Keep climbing. That's the key. Think about your own life. How many projects, habits, or skills have you abandoned because you didn't see immediate results? How many ideas did you bury because the growth was invisible? That's the silent thief of potential. You pay the price with wasted time, lost opportunities, and regret. You have a choice. Start again. Start now. Trust the process. That's the key. Let's dig deeper. Why is growth invisible? Because the most powerful transformations happen internally first. Skills develop. Strength builds. Knowledge compounds. Confidence grows quietly. Your identity shifts silently. Others cannot see it. And that is the magic of the climb. Invisible work builds visible success. Repeat it. Trust it. Live it. You have a choice. Climb anyway. That's the key. Here's a practical method to embrace invisible growth. Track your progress. Measure your habits, not your results. Write down every small victory. 5 pages written. 10 minutes of meditation. 1 extra call made. These small wins may not produce immediate recognition, but they build momentum. Every small step compounds. Invisible work builds visible success. Trust it. Trust yourself. Trust the climb. You have a choice. Keep climbing. That's the key. Now let's talk about patience. Patience is not waiting passively. Patience is disciplined persistence. Patience is showing up every day even when nothing seems to happen. Patience is repetition, repetition, repetition. You don't stop. You don't complain. You don't quit. You act. Invisible work builds visible success. Trust the process. Trust the climb. You have a choice. Be patient. That's the key. Here's another real-world example. Consider athletes training for the Olympics. They don't win gold after a week of practice. They train in obscurity in the shadows, long before anyone notices. Daily repetitions of drills, strength work, and conditioning. Invisible work builds visible success. Trust it. Trust the climb. You have a choice. Put in the unseen hours. That's the key. Let's confront a common objection. I feel like my work doesn't matter. That's exactly why you must keep going. It's supposed to feel invisible. The magic happens behind the scenes. The growth you can't see is more important than the recognition you crave. Focus on what you control. Your effort, your discipline, your consistency. Invisible work builds visible success. Trust it. Trust yourself. Trust the climb. You have a choice. Keep climbing. That's the key. Here's a mental shift to adopt. Stop measuring success externally. Stop waiting for applause. Stop comparing your visible results to others' highlight reels. Success is built silently, step by step, day by day. Track your actions. Celebrate small wins. Feel progress internally. Invisible work builds visible success. Trust it. Trust the climb. You have a choice. Measure effort, not recognition. That's the key. Another strategy. Create a daily ritual that reinforces invisible growth. Write 500 words. Exercise for 20 minutes. Learn one skill incrementally. Record your progress. Repeat it. Repeat it. Repeat it. Over time, these invisible actions compound into breakthroughs. You have a choice. Commit to the daily climb. That's the key. Remember, visible success is the tip of the iceberg. You only see the results. You don't see the thousands of hours, failures, lessons, and small wins beneath the surface. That's why trust is essential. Trust invisible work. Trust your system. Trust your daily habits. Trust the climb. Repeat it daily. You have a choice. Keep climbing. That's the key. Let's reinforce it one more time. Invisible work builds visible success. Trust the process. Trust the climb. No shortcuts. No excuses. No waiting for recognition. Your discipline, your daily effort, your invisible repetition. That is the engine of success. You have a choice. Keep climbing. That's the key. Finally, tie it back to the overall blueprint. You now understand the value of invisible growth. You've seen how consistent, unseen effort compounds over time into extraordinary outcomes. You have a choice. Show up every day. Take small steps. Repeat. 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 Invisible work builds visible success. Trust the process. Trust the climb. That's the key. You mastered the concept of invisible growth. You trusted the unseen process. You committed to the climb. Now it's time to confront what drives success even when motivation fades. Chapter 5. Consistency crushes motivation. Motivation is temporary. It comes and goes like waves. Some days you feel unstoppable. Other days, tired, distracted, defeated. If you rely on motivation, you will fail. Motivation is fleeting. Discipline is permanent. You have a choice. Show up. Do the work. Every single day. That's the key. Consistency is what separates winners from dreamers. It doesn't wait for a good feeling. It doesn't pause for excuses. Consistency wins. Motivation fades. Show up. Repeat. Repeat again. Say it aloud. Believe it. Live it. That's the key. Look at the marathon runner. They don't run 26.2 miles on day one. They run 30 minutes. They run day after day. Rain, heat, fatigue, boredom, nothing stops them. Slowly, imperceptibly, their body grows stronger. Their endurance builds. Their mind becomes unbreakable. And one day they finish the marathon without injury. One day, their months of consistency become a visible victory. That's the power of showing up. That's the power of repetition. You have a choice. Start now. That's the key. Here's the harsh truth. Most people quit too soon. They wait for a surge of energy. They wait for inspiration. They wait for motivation to come. And it never lasts long enough. They stop. They fail. They blame themselves. They blame circumstances. But it wasn't luck or ability that stopped them. It was inconsistency. Consistency wins. Motivation fades. Show up. Repeat. Repeat again. That's the key. Let's get practical. Pick one area of your life where you want change. Fitness, learning, career, creativity. Show up every day. Small actions. Tiny steps. 15 minutes of focused effort. 30 minutes of training. One task completed. Don't overthink it. Don't wait for motivation. Discipline wins. Repetition builds momentum. You have a choice. Show up. Repeat. Repeat again. That's the key. Consistency is also about embracing discomfort. You will feel tired. You will feel bored. You will feel like quitting. That is normal. That is necessary. That is the growth zone. Motivation fades. Discomfort is permanent. But consistency pushes through. Every day you fight resistance, you grow stronger. Every day you repeat, you build trust in yourself. You have a choice. Push through. Show up. Repeat. Repeat again. That's the key. Let me give you another example. A writer wants to finish a novel. Some days they feel like writing. Most days they don't. They set a system. 500 words daily. No excuses. Some days are harder than others. Some days are messy. But every day they hit their target. Months later, the manuscript is finished. Motivation was never enough. Only daily consistency brought the results. You have a choice. Commit to the system. Repeat. Repeat again. That's the key. Consistency is invisible at first. You may feel like nothing is happening. You may feel like you are wasting time. That is exactly why most people quit. But trust the process. Small, repeated actions compound into unstoppable results. Momentum builds. Confidence grows. Skills improve. Success emerges silently. You have a choice. Keep showing up. Keep acting. Repeat. Repeat again. That's the key. Here's a mental shift that will change everything. Stop chasing motivation. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop hoping for inspiration. Stop looking for permission. Action comes first. Discipline comes first. Motivation will follow. Consistency wins. Motivation fades. Show up. Repeat. Repeat again. That's the key. Now let's confront excuses head on. You will feel tired. You will feel lazy. You will feel afraid. You will want to quit. That is normal. That is the battlefield. Excuses are cheap. Results are earned. Discipline beats excuses every single time. You have a choice. Show up anyway. Repeat. Repeat again. That's the key. Here's a practical framework. Identify the one habit that will move you forward the most. Commit to it daily. No exceptions. Track it. Measure it. Repeat it. Embrace small wins. Build momentum. When motivation fades, and it will, show up anyway. Repeat. Repeat again. Every day is an opportunity. Every day is a chance to strengthen your discipline. Every day you show up, you compound your results. Every day you skip, you pay interest in lost momentum. Consistency is the currency of success. Motivation is the spark. Consistency is the fire. You have a choice. Feed the fire. Repeat. Repeat again. That's the key. Finally, remember this. The people who change their lives are not the ones who feel motivated every day. They are the ones who show up even when it hurts. They are the ones who act when tired, distracted, and uncertain. They are the ones who repeat again and again without pause. That's how success is built. That's how mastery is earned. Consistency wins. Motivation fades. Show up. Repeat. Repeat again. You have a choice. Take it. That's the key. This is your moment. You've learned the blueprint. You've seen the power of small steps, invisible work, micro habits, and systems. You've seen that daily growth compounds, that consistency crushes motivation, and that action beats inspiration every time. Now it's your turn. Show up. Every day. No excuses. No waiting. No delay. Repeat. Repeat again. That's the key. That's your life. Your journey starts now. You have a choice. Will you wait for motivation, or will you build consistency? Will you watch life happen, or will you take control? Will you act for one day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, and let momentum carry you forward? The choice is yours. Show up. Repeat. Repeat again. Consistency wins. Motivation fades. That's the key. This is your blueprint. This is your ladder. Start climbing today. Start small. Start consistent. Start unstoppable. The fire is in your hands. Show up. Repeat. Repeat again. And one day you will look back and realize that consistency, not luck, not talent, not motivation, built the life you dreamed of. That's the key. That's the truth. That's your transformation. If you're serious about growth and building unstoppable habits, hit subscribe now. Don't just watch, take action.